Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, The Lost Chevalier, and I know I'm late. It have been like 2 or 3 weeks, but we're back with a letter because I wanted to continue the game. So let us go. Continue. We were waking up. Something happened. A buzz breaks the silence. I start to rouse, pulling into consciousness against my own will. I have never felt this tired before. I just want to sleep, but the insistent buzzing, poking, and prodding isn't letting me. My old mattress may not be the comfiest of places, but that doesn't make me any more eager to wake up.
5 more minutes, Becca.
I swat away at what is nudging persistency at my persistent sign. Come on. Can't I just get a few extra minutes of sleep today? I promise I will work hard once I'm up. A hand lightly taps my cheek and something cold is suddenly being pressed against the back of my head. The ice-and-stage sensation slowly spreads through the area, giving me an uncomfortable feeling.
Isabella? Isabella? Oh, can you hear me? Isabella?
The fog immediately leaves from my mind the moment I recognize the voice and my eyes snap open. Okay, she's alive. They're looking down on me, is Rose. Another woman loiters beside her, but my attention is too focused on my co-agent to even ask why there is someone else with her. Rose's posture just screams worry, although she's keeping a straight face, or trying at least. I can't help but feel bad for making her fret. A wave of dizziness washes over me as soon as I try to get up, forcing me to lay back down again. Luckily the feeling subsides after a few seconds, until only a mild throbbing somewhere at the back of my head remains. With a little assistance from Rose, I push myself upright. She hands me an ice pack and gestures for me to press it where I suspect a small bump has already formed. If the light ache in the area indicates anything.
Alright, Isabella, where are we?
In the freaking mansion where I met a ghost and we're probably going to die.
The Ermengarde mansion. Why? Ow, my head.
And the date today?
October 21st? Rose.
Last one. Can you count to 15 in reverse order?
15, 14, 13, 12. No, that's wrong.
12 teens?
Why are we doing this?
She's just checked if your injury is in any way serious.
Whoa, lady. This time I curiously regard the woman standing beside Rose. It's impossible to overlook her with what's with the way she towers over us? And here I thought Rose is already tall. Who is she anyway? One of the remaining cleaning crews? But with how primly dressed she is, I don't think anyone would want to clean in a suit, an expensive suit at that. The gloves alone must have already cost a fortune. Her eyes slowly shift between me and Rose, considering us with an almost unreadable expression, before finally fixing a sharp gaze on me. I can't help but fold my arms protectively over myself as she does so. She may be far from a cleaning crew, but she certainly looked like our supervisor doing an evaluation.
Just do it, please.
I eyed them both warily, but receive everything as she has asked. What do I have new? Timeline. October 21st. Oh, this thing. Help me. Everything's going to hell, yeah. Yeah. Got it. Rose released a breath of relief once I'm done.
You scared me for a moment there. I was about to call for an ambulance.
I didn't know that you needed to, like... If you ask me what date it is, I will not be able to answer you, even if I don't have a concussion. Now, reverse counting, that sounds easy enough, but I guess it's a good idea to know if the person has, like some sort of cranial injury or anything.
Are you alright?
Yes. Exasperation should replace the delay. The memory is a little fuzzy, but the attic and...
There was someone, Rose. In the attic.
Someone? You mean a client? Oh, that's unlikely. It's probably just one of the cleaning crews. The boss sent a few of them back this morning for some last minute...
No, not any of those. I'm not actually sure. Wait, didn't I call you? You said you were in the attic when you answered. That's why I went there in the first place.
Both Rose and the lady look at me like I have just grown another head. Did I say something weird? Rose quickly cast an apologetic smile at the woman before the awkward silence stretches on further. It's her saleswoman smile, the same one she taught me back when I was still a trainee. I should show this to troublesome clients or just to avoid trouble in general, she advised. It's also the same one she gives me when I have done something particularly absurd that may cause us to lose a potential client, a potential sale. Her eyes are serious when she turns back to me. She takes both of my shoulders, gently squeezes, and with much patience she can muster.
As much as I'd love to have gotten at least a heads up of your arrival, I didn't really get a call from you.
Oh my...
You know, signal here is absolutely horrendous. I was in the garden earlier and couldn't even make a single call. Isabella, I'm going to ask again. Are you really all right? What happened?
I don't know. It's all a bit blurry. I remember I was looking for you, but you weren't in the attic. And there's... whoever it is. Then I must have tripped on a rug or something on the way down. Oh no. Do you think someone came in while you were out? You left the main door open. We are so going to get into big trouble if something gets stolen, Rose.
Perhaps it is a concussion.
Are you sure you feel fine? We could still call for an ambulance. I could cover for you.
No, I'm fine. I'm okay, Rose. I can work.
Wait, hold your horses, Rose. I can't just miss an important sale because of a minor bump in my head. In the head. An extremely minor bump. I have had worse when I was a kid. This is nothing.
Besides, if I leave, you'll have to shoulder everything in the open house. Alone. And in a mansion this big?
Well, there is also the part where I may lose that bonus BRC promise, but that's completely beside the point. Rose gave me a skeptical look when I returned the cold compress to her and pushed myself off the floor. I have to use the staircase railings to steady myself, but otherwise I feel fine.
See? I'm A-okay.
The two of them exchange a worried glance and Rose assumes a contemplative look. I bite my lower lip in anticipation if she says no.
Right, you in.
Ah, thank God. A smile threatens to slip out of me.
If I see that you aren't feeling well, I'm taking you personally to the nearest clinic to have you checked. Clear?
Clear.
Clear as day, ma'am. Thanks, Rose.
You insisted. But remember what I said. First sign of you looking not okay, and we're off. No questions asked.
Okay.
It's just a small bump. Don't worry.
You shouldn't downplay these kinds of things. It could be a serious injury for all we know.
Suddenly a small cock sounds against the walls of the foyer, interrupted our banter. The woman is looking expectantly at the two of us, her stare making me shrink back into a little on myself. She isn't really intimidating. Well, she is, but not in a scary negative way. Far from it, actually. Her demeanor simply commands an air of sophistication and respect. In a different world, a younger me would have probably wished to be like her. At her lack of response, she cocks again, lifting a well-trimmed eyebrow at me in question. Words get caught in my throat? Throat or the throat? Huh? At the sign of it, and Rose, as usual, is swiftly to catch my blunders.
My sincerest apologies, Mrs.
Miss McCulloch. Marianne McCulloch.
McCulloch? Mary McCulloch. Charlie Rose's signs. Interior designer. McCulloch. email. She hands Rose her business card. The words interior designer catch my eyes before my partner flips it over. Well, probably someone interested in the mansion for its 17th century influences then. I won't hold it against her though. Despite her hearsay and remaining uninhabited for years, the mansion's original fitting and furniture have been kept completely intact and restored to pristine condition. I suppose some people find that trip to the past feeling appealing. After all, with what it offers, this place could also be a heaven for people looking to live somewhere with a classic historical charm.
Miss McCullough, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos. We're just ironing out a few things, but we'll be starting the tour soon enough.
McCulloch.
In the meantime, we've prepared some refreshments for you in the parlor while you're waiting. If you could please.
I would like some salami.
Thanks. There's no need for it, though. I just dropped by for a quick survey of the place.
Are you, Miss McCulloch, are you Scotland?
I thought I should check the
Are you
estate
Scottish?
before I meet with the homeowners.
Are you Scottish? Rose's confusion is impossible to miss when she glanced at me, and I return it with an equally perplexed look. And, against my better judgment, I blurt out the first question that comes to mind.
I'm sorry. Homeowners?
I should have kept my mouth shut. A flash of irritation crosses your face, but it instantly disappears under a mask of professional detachment.
Yes. Hannah, right? She hired me to handle the interior design for their new home.
My god, this thing... having this thing don't correspond with what they are saying, it makes me insane.
This is the Ermengarde mansion, right?
Yeah, but nobody has bought it yet.
It is, but...
She pauses, possibly trying to find the right words to fix the awkward situation without offending someone. Suddenly, Rose nudges me with her elbow. We'll check with our supervisor. Those remarks have given me enough time to clear my head of any nervousness or confusion clouding it.
It is, ma'am, but we weren't aware the mansion has already been sold.
What do you mean?
I almost flinch when she turns her gaze on me, but I stand my ground. Besides, it isn't like I haven't dealt with awkward situations like this before. I might screw up at times, but that doesn't mean I haven't learned a thing or two in the 5 years I have worked in the business.
The mansion is indeed for sale, ma'am. Today's the open house, in fact. However, we haven't heard anything from the higher-ups that a deal has already been closed for this particular property. If you'd like, my co-agent and me can check with them right now.
She nods, seemingly in deep talk after I have finished. She appears to be a reasonable person anyway. Given the proper explanation, she'll surely understand.
I thought something looked odd. Excuse me, I need to call my secretary.
When I arrived, see, they don't correspond with what they're talking. I love that they talk, because if not, I will have to read everything. But still, oh, my neck is starting to hurt. I'm having a bad posture. I'm having a bad posture for this game. God damn it. Let me just relax a little. Oh, that sounds good. Is everything okay? Yeah, my posture is not problematic.
Thank you for your assistance, Miss Santos.
With a slight wave of her hand, she leaves us. That seems to be the end of it. Both Rose and I breathe a sigh of relief. Disaster averted. I also don't miss the thumbs up she gives me for doing a good job, and I can't help but swell with pride. Still, I have already prepared myself to dial the number of our Luxembourg office and check, even if she didn't ask for it. I will be very frustrated if, for some reason, something has already been decided without me or Rose's knowledge. That holds a new level of unfair. We have been working hard on this. Moments later, Miss McCulloch returns, looking a little frustrated, but with an apology clearing her face. I feel a little sorry for her having to go through all this trouble.
There seems to have been a little misunderstanding with my client. If you'll allow it, I'd like to stay and wait for them here. I was informed they'll be dropping by for the open house today. I figured it'd be a waste to just leave after that long drive. I might as well meet him here.
Certainly. You could stay at the parlor in the meantime, ma'am. I'm sure it won't be long before our guests arrive. And, Isabella, I left a few documents in my car. You know where I keep those. Can you please get it for me?
Rose takes a glance at her wristwatch before tossing me a set of keys.
And hurry! We've still got a few minutes to double-check those papers.
Okay, got it.
The two of them disappear behind the parlor's door. Their departure brings with it a stillness to keep me company, neither welcoming nor comfortably. What the hell? What did I just win? Oh, I have earned more relations with Marianne. Take a look at that. But do I have, like, all the characters have different things? All of them. And all of them here will have different things too. That's gonna be so complicated. I love it. Another journal. What? Oh, next. Rose Cooper, along with a woman who introduced herself as Marianne McCulloch, Found Isabella Santos lying unconscious in the mansion's floor before the open house started. Unable to recall what happened prior, Isabella insists on working despite her co-agent's worry about her well-being. Okay, got it. Alone like this, it's impossible not to think of what really happened. I wish the memory isn't as elusive as it normally is. Then again, Rose already said she didn't receive any call from me. Was it just paranoia or a temporary lapse after being heard all those tales about this place? Probably. I want to think of it as such. Better to think it of such so I can work in peace. Except a small part of my mind begs to differ, and if I am going to be completely honest with myself, I want nothing more than to leave this place as soon as possible. I don't know what's in this house, and I don't want to know. The kids would have just handled me dig into my palm, these jagged edges creating shallow ridges on my skin from how hard I'm clutching it. It's a reminder of what I still need to do and why I have taken this job in the first place. Hugging my brassiere close to my body, I exit the house to get what Rose has asked for me. Just a few more hours, Isabella. Sell the house, get the money. Jesus! And not a word about that will ever be spoken. A flock of people have already gathered at the mansion front yard by the time we officially open the doors. I'm not sure whether I should feel baffled or under duress standing in their presence. Men and women of wealth and status, all dressed to the nines in fancy suits and lovely dresses of varying colors, compose the medium-sized crowd. Their necks, arms, and fingers along with silver and gold, glinting in the afternoon sun. Some even have ridiculously fancy feather hats on their heads. I really hope there aren't any magpies living nearby like in the stories. Those birds will have vile days in this. They are murmuring among themselves, looking at the state facade appraisingly, with some arguing about whose mansion has the superior architecture. But most of it stops as Rose calls for their attention. They don't look too pleased at being ordered around, but what can they do about it?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos.
Yeah.
We'll be taking a tour of the mansion in 2 groups. Please make sure you filled up our sign-in forms before joining a specific group.
Those who want to look around the first floor, please follow my partner. I'll be guiding the ones who wish to see the ground floor.
Better. Hearing this, a few wonder to me. They are mostly old ladies who seem daunted at the idea of climbing all those stairs. Miss McCulloch also joins our group, but what really catches my eye is the elegantly dressed pair she approaches.
It's so nice to finally meet you! When Chief Inspector Lee mentioned that a famous interior designer is in town, I knew I had to get you!
Yeah, let me see something. Is everything recording? Yeah, it is. I'm opening my mouth, not necessarily because of the... Oh, frick, my posture check. But my neck is killing me. How much time I have it recorded already? 18 minutes. Another thing can happen.
Your confidence in my skills is very flattering, ma'am.
I'm sure you won't disappoint, Marianne.
Oh, you know each other?
Uh-oh.
Not at all, ma'am.
You mentioned something about a Marianne on our way here, darling?
Oh no, these two are these two have been together sometime in the past.
Oh, yes, I think I did.
No, you didn't. They're gaslighting you. Oh, they must be the clients she was talking about. I might have seen their faces somewhere before, some magazine or the television, I can't quite remember. But then again, most of our guests have likely ended up on the news one way or another. I won't be surprised if these two already have. For people who are popular though, they aren't as loud as the other, and it's their simplicity the couple stands out. The woman in particular is stunning, enough to turn the heads of most people in my group, especially the man with wandering eyes. The guy standing beside her doesn't seem to mind though. And if I'm going to be a bit bolder with my assumptions, I'll say he's basking in the attention. Both of them, in fact. I don't think they're brother and sister if it wasn't for their public display of affection. The matching rings on the fingers just cement the fact that they are indeed a couple. Whatever. Couple or not, what's important is we get this deal closed before the current owners can even think of cancelling the listing. I just hope one of the people in me or Rose groups is brave and generous enough to buy this mansion. And so, with papers in hand, I lead the way. You're not updated with what? Today marked the opening day of famous hamburger garden, opening the public. I love the drawings. Luxembourg's most esteemed and prominent personalities. Luxembourg's, not Luxembourg. Together of the 17th century probably, including Luxembourg's most well-known couple, Luke and Hannah Bright. Interesting. When they are whispering among themselves or going on over one thing or another, they ask questions. From how the restoration process went to the history of the place, I answer them all, more than happy to talk about the art pieces and architecture mostly. However, I'm careful not to mention anything about the urban legend. Not a good material for sales talk, even if the entire population of Luxembourg knows about it.
Some of the furnishings here are actually the 17th century originals, all of which have undergone a painstaking restoration process just to return its original beauty.
Even the glass thing. Colorful ones. Oh, I don't know, but you get the idea, I hope.
You're a little like empty in the head, but yes.
Especially that one, ma'am. It is said to be a gift commissioned by the fiancé of Lady Charlotte Ermengarde. The mansion's current owners have specifically requested that the restoration crew take great care in handling it. It's a priceless work of art and the most distinctive feature of the mansion.
By the time I have stopped talking, her attention is already elsewhere.
Isn't this place wonderful, darling? I told you it's not a total waste of your time.
I don't know. Isn't it a bit too small? We might have to break a wall down to have more room.
No.
Well, I think it is just right. Don't you think so, Marianne?
It is splendid, ma'am. But isn't it a little too early to make plans when no deal has been signed yet?
Yeah.
Never mind that. It isn't going to be a problem. We've got a wonderful legal team to handle everything.
I'm pretty sure you are actually broke. Not you, the man is actually broke, I can imagine.
Start taking notes, though. I think I've got a few things I want changed before we move in.
The rest of their conversation gets lost in the chatter of our companions. I don't want to make any assumptions yet, but their sheer interest is enough to give me some semblance of hope. Oh, please, 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 please let these guys be the one. Eventually, our group reaches the kitchen. Much like the rest of the house, a great deal of effort has been put in retaining the room's classic appeal. The open heart at the end of the room, in particular, looks amazing, like the ones I have only seen in fairy tale books. If there is not an oven or anything, I will die in here. And mad props to the cleaning crew. Seriously, after overhearing hundreds of their complaints about the soot and tar staining in bricks, and how much of a pain in the arse cleaning this will be, they still managed to pull it off. Or make it look presentable, at least.
The highlight of the room, however, is what's underneath this hatch here.
What?
Oh, don't say anything yet. An underground wine cellar.
Probably. This is the first time a guy in grey speaks up. Mr. Look Bright? My memory supplies from the forms they signed earlier. How can you remember that? I would have forgotten everything. I don't remember the name oh my god. His sudden attentiveness catches me off guard. Since the start of the room, only his wife has shown any form of genuine interest in this place. But this time, something lights up in his eyes at the mention of the undergrowth. What's so interesting about the basement? I really don't understand rich people sometimes. And right now, he just gave me the impression of a child who has saying what he absolutely wants for Christmas. I have always found it cute whenever I see a child like this way. My younger siblings especially. On a grown man? It's almost funny.
Yes, sir. It could house around 7,000 to 11,000 bottles of wine.
11,000?
Truly. And the room, how was it built?
Why would you want so many bottles of wine?
The bricks that were used to build the cellar have been carefully picked for the purpose of maintaining and preserving a constant temperature and humidity in the room.
Wow.
It's a good place to keep your private collection in if you have one, sir.
And probably a good piece of salami.
It keeps the corks in good condition.
Really?
Oh, love. Didn't you say before that you wanted to make your own personal vineyard? Perhaps you could start one here.
I really don't understand rich people.
You know we're going to need space for that, darling.
But this isn't big enough.
If it's space you're worried about, sir, the Ermengarde mansion sits on a 46-acre lot. There's plenty of room for it. We were told that the original owners had a horse stable built here before, too.
There is contemplative expression on Mr. Bright's face, but he doesn't say anything further. His wife, however, seems really pleased that he has started to show interest, if only a little. I smile to myself. I may not completely understand how these people's minds work, but I sure as hell know how to spot a buyer with sincere interest. Score. Can't wait to tell Rose. The rest of the tour goes by without a hitch. Probably this kitchen will come into play later. And the basement, obviously. After more than half an hour, we are able to cover almost every room in the ground floor and are heading to the parlor. Funny, the first time BRC had us survey the property, I kept complaining to Rose how big it is. Now I can't even bring myself to care, no matter how much my feet hurt. Maybe this is just my excitement over a possible sale. Interesting play. Those are not the whispers of the clients. When we reach the parlor, however, an odd feeling washes over me. It starts off as small goosebumps on my skin, a feeling of being watched intently. Whispers in my ear and shadows dancing, lurking in the corner of my vision. Dark silhouettes that are gone when I turn to look. A chill settled down my spine, making me feel sick, and I started to break out in a cold sweat. I can't do this. I need to sit down for a moment. The old ladies in the group have been requesting for a break anyway. If I can just...
Excuse me? Everyone? We will be taking a 15-minute rest here before we visit the first floor. In the meantime, please help yourselves to the refreshments and snacks we've prepared. If anyone has any questions, feel free to approach me. I'd be happy to help you.
I let them see it while I retreat to a quiet corner to recover. It's not what you think. Don't think about it. It's not what you think. I can probably just cock back a skull, don't think about it. And left alone for a good while, the same words spilling out of my lips in a silent prayer. Until a hand taps my shoulder.
Hello, you there?
Jesus Christ.
Yes, ma'am?
Yes.
Oh, look at you. Having to show a group around a mansion this big must be exhausting.
I have been
Not
worse.
a problem, ma'am. I'm just doing my job.
What a hard worker. Anyway, Isabel, right?
Oh my god, you remember my name.
Isabella, actually.
Well,
but
almost.
yes, what can I help you with, ma'am, right?
Almost.
Please, just Hannah. Call me Hannah.
Okay, Hannah.
I just wanted to ask, how soon are we able to move in?
Jesus, as soon as you sign the papers. My heart completely drops, the sick feeling plaguing me is suddenly gone, replaced by utter bewilderment. Is this a joke? She looks at me expectantly as I struggle to come up with an answer.
Wait, ma'am, you see... But we haven't even negotiated a price yet, ma'am. We haven't even finished touring the rest of the mansion. A sale would be great and all, but...
She stops me from speaking any further and puts a hand on my shoulder. For a moment, with her tight smile, she looks as if she has tasted a particular sour lemon.
Oh, please, sweetie, don't insult me. Money is not a problem.
No, really, I can't understand rich people. I can't understand having so much money and being able to buy these luxurious mansions just with a whim of the hand, like, I will buy it. And not a thought goes behind that.
And, just between you and me, this place is better off with us than with some old lady who will probably just fill it up with cats.
Probably.
I personally don't think there's anything wrong with having cats here, ma'am Hannah. I'm sure there's more than enough space here if you want pets.
Perhaps I'm still not feeling well, but really, what's wrong with cats? More importantly, why is she talking about moving in already?
Well, I'm more of a dog person. But you see, this is going to be a gift to my darling. It's going to be our anniversary soon.
Oh.
And it would be so wonderful if you can secure its purchase for us.
How can I secure this purchase?
Why, I can even offer something extra if you help us out with the paperwork.
Okay, I will just sign the paperwork.
We actually have a process for this, ma'am.
I will just sign the
I
paperwork.
don't really think that would be necessary
She's offered you a bonus, just take
or
it.
appropriate.
Appropriate it's not, but I will take it.
And just what are you two lovely ladies talking about here? Leaving me and our lovely interior designer to talk here by ourselves.
Oh, you two, you the lovely interior designer,
What
huh?
would the people think, darling?
What would the people think? I hate them.
Oh, it's just small talk, love. I was asking if she could help me with the paperwork.
I try not to wince when her nails dig into my shoulder. I can't help but send an imploring look at Miss McCulloch, who only gives me an apologetic smile and a shrug. Yeah, she's like, deal with them.
Yeah, I can give you a fact sheet and a form to fill out.
She wastes no time in taking the paper from my hand and shuffles through the bunch. Oh man, Rose is going to be so angry at me for letting her do that.
Wonderful. And Marianne, I'd really love to talk to you about those changes. You took some notes earlier, yes?
Marianne.
I did, Mom. But I really hope that this time...
Excellent. Hopefully you can help us out too, Isabel.
I don't know.
Isabella.
Isabella.
Right. It's a lovely name, Isabel.
God damn it.
It's Isabella.
Yes, that's great. We'll be more than happy to put in a good word to your superiors too, and what's this?
What's what? Oh my god! A look of confusion and disgust appears on her face. Turning to her husband, he merely shrugs in reply.
That's, an interesting work of art. Not to my taste, though. I'm sorry.
Oh my
Darling.
god.
Buttercup, art is a complete overstatement for this garbage. It looks like a cheap prop from a D-list horror film.
Well, it actually is.
Shush, love. Let the girl do what she pleases with, what do they call this?
Oh my
Oh,
god.
forget about it. At the very least, it's not as dreadful as the one art exhibit I was forced to attend last month. You should have seen it, Marianne. Even you would have been appalled. But I'm sure you'll know what to do with our walls once we get started.
I highly doubt it is as bad as you say, Ma'am. Nevertheless, you can be assured that my team will only pick whatever suits your tastes. Nothing of this chain letter sort, of course. It has to always work with a palette.
Oh my
I'm quite
god.
sure chain letters these days don't come in this form.
I love all the art they're displaying to the left. It's my turn to be puzzled. What do they mean? Rose and I double check everything. Are the papers I hand not enough? I want to ask what I did wrong. I don't want to mess this up. But with the way Ma'am Hannah leading the conversation, I'm afraid that's exactly what will happen if I do interrupt
That's
them.
good to hear. See, darling, isn't she an absolute delight to work with? I can't wait to see how this place will look when she's done with it.
Oh, you don't have to tell me that, Buttercup.
A smile is back on her face when she turns to me and hands me a strange piece of paper.
I would still put it away if I were you, though. Otherwise, people might get the wrong impression.
Well, we have actually showed it to 3 people, so we can actually say that we are... How many people do we need? 10, I believe? Or 5? So we only have we only need 2 more?
Anyway, as I was saying...
I don't hear the rest of what she says after that. I can only stare down at the paper, at the letter in my hands. The sides crinkle in my grip and my breathing grows labored. Dread quickly fills my mind.
Isabella? Isabella? Are you alright?
No.
You're looking pale.
I didn't even notice when Rose Group joined us in the parlor. I want nothing more than to say that no, I'm not alright. I want to leave this place, because I remember everything as clear as day. This leather and those blood-soaked limbs in the attic. It's
The
real.
letter. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Careless? I have been so careless. How do I even tell them that without looking like I have gone mad? Should I even tell them? No, don't. Should I? Oh my god! No.
Rose,
The words are stuck in my throat. I want to tell her, I really do. But is she going to believe me? She already dismissed me earlier. It's a concussion, she say. It's not. There's really something in this house, in that attic, in that letter. It's going to go after us. Please believe me.
Dear me, is Isabel alright?
Isabella. Ma'am Hannah voice breaks through the haze, beginning to cloud my mind. Rose is looking down on me, worry etched on her features. I didn't even notice when she removed the wrinkled paper from my hands and pushed me down to sit on the nearby chair. From the edge of my vision, I can also make out Miss McCulloch asking a passing food server for a glass of water. Through it all, Mr. Wright stands in the sidelines. Although curious, he appears more inclined to watch the scene than help. They are all as like to believe me as Rose does. They're so likely. To everyone, whatever is in this house is just a hoax, a cautionary tale for
Isabella,
children.
do you need me to call that ambulance?
I need you to call me an exorcist. She offers me a drink, but I push it away. I need to get out of here before I cause an even bigger commotion. Clear my head, take a breath of fresh air. Anything to make my mind off to take my mind off things. No one is going to believe me anyway.
No, I'm just feeling a bit out of it. Excuse me. I'll be back. I just need to catch my breath.
I wonder, Oh, Marianne. Marianne is Macaulay, right? Macaulay? She goes like, whoa, Jesus Christ, that's a lot of plus relationship. Bowing my head, I mutter a quick apology and gather my stuff to make a quick exit. It doesn't matter if it's lazy counter or not. I can cause trouble and Rose can be quite unforgiving of behavior like this. I am almost at the door when she catches up to me.
Isabella, wait!
The apprehension must have been quite obvious on my face, because her expression instantly shifts to something gentler. Eyes soften, a fond smile spreading on her lips.
Hey, I'm not angry.
Thank you.
I know. I'm sorry I ruined this for you.
Come on, you didn't ruin anything. It's not like we haven't ran into any problems before. If we don't get a deal today, we can always try on a different day.
Trust me, you have a deal.
Look.
She hesitates, completely trailing off, before shifting her gaze down to her hands, a small gesture to stall. Her fingers are fiddling with a piece of folded paper. Is that stupid letter again? My eyes shifting when she gives it back, but I take it, nevertheless, more as an automatic response than any desire to have it back. I will throw it away if I can. But I have this nagging feeling that, one way or another, it will find its way back to me regardless of what I do about it.
Rose, this is... You have to let them know about...
I know you want us to get this sale so badly. And we've made a lot of plans on how to go about this. I mean, who wouldn't? This is the first time I've been assigned to a property like this.
Big.
I've sold plenty of houses before, but nothing like what we have here. It's a beautiful house. I'd love to get one of my own if I ever win the lottery.
I don't think even with the lottery you will be able to buy this.
But I think... Look, here's the thing, Isabella. If we are going to do this, work on something, I don't know, this big, I need you in top shape. And the way you are now...
My mind stops.
What? Wait. No, I can still work. I just need to get myself together.
That's what you said earlier. I let it go because I thought, hey, it's your own body and you should know more than anyone how you feel. But after this, I really think you should take a break.
You're kicking me out?
Yep.
No, I'm not. Look, all I'm asking is for you to take a seat somewhere I can see you, and let me handle this for now. You're clearly not yourself, and I honestly could use some time not worrying when you'll fall over or not. The day's not even over, and I'm already feeling the stress. Please, humor me just this once.
She clasps her hand together in front of her eyes. In front of her, eyes pleading for understanding. And I do understand, to some extent. That doesn't mean I will feel any less awful. Indeed, whatever that myself and the unlucky turn the situation has taken, or for her, I don't really know.
I promise I'll give you a full report of what happens after. I'll even let you take the lead tomorrow.
Fine. Okay. I'll step aside for now.
You're upset.
A little, yeah, obviously.
If it's any consolation, I won't tell the boss about today. You know how he is.
Please don't. I don't want a repeat of the lecture I got during my first assignment. He called me a noob, and I don't even know what that means.
At the memory, we both burst into helpless giggles, earning us strange looks from the guests smiling about the door. Talking and laughing like this, it's easy to forget any mishaps that happen. Little things you learn to appreciate, I guess.
So, are we good?
Yeah. I'm still not okay with it, but Rose has a point. It's better for me to step out of this one for now.
I won't be able to help you anyways if I keep getting distracted like this. Maybe I'll just take a walk outside or something while I wait for you to wrap things up.
Please, just stay put. I insist.
I'm not an invalid, Rose.
You clearly have not seen how you looked earlier.
Well, I saw a letter, probably from a ghost, that is going to kill me in 10 days, I believe.
It's not that bad.
Color hasn't even returned to your cheeks yet. Just stay here, all right? Don't even think of going anywhere. Let me finish what I'm doing here, and then I'll take you back to Luxembourg myself to have that minor bump checked. At least wait for me to call someone who'll fetch you, okay?
Okay. She's gone before I can voice one word of complaint. Okay, but this is all the time I have for today for this episode, so let us save over here. There we go. So thank you very much everybody for watching. I hope you had a blast. I was the Lost Chevalier, signing out. I love this game. I love visual novels, so we're gonna do this. And I'm thinking of acquiring Sign Maker 2 for the same creators, I believe. I don't know. Well, bye-bye. See you later. Bye-bye. Damn, a long episode.